This is Hell Is Us. We're here on the PlayStation 5 Pro, and the game is indeed enhanced. Yes, Hell Is Us PS5 Pro enhanced. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So this is a third-person action-adventure game that combines intense melee combat with the thrill of exploration. Semi-open world. No way. You will explore this realm, trying to find the answers to the questions you have, as you face mysterious creatures along the way while looking as though you were a protagonist from the Silent Hill franchise. There's a civil war that's been dividing the country. The region is suffering from a mysterious calamity. It has given the rise to supernatural creatures. You and your drone and weaponry from another era will have to come together in order to tackle the problems that you will face along this way and on this journey. So don't stop believing, just hold on to that feeling. Anyways, yeah, so this is sort of a bit of a hack and slash kind of thing, maybe a little Souls-like in there, as to say. And it is, you know, kind of one of those. Yes, you have open areas to explore, but it's very linear. It's basically, I guess you call them maybe like Fable hub type worlds, if you know what that is. But yeah, it's a pretty tight kind of experience. There's a little bit of dialogue choices. There's a little bit of action, but it takes a little bit of build up to get to that. So we're just gonna say blah blah blah.
Do you know where the village? It's in.
Blah 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 blah. He's gonna give me a key. Thanks, buddy. You have a great life and whatever. Enjoy being sad here. Alrighty, let's go. Look, there's a cow. You think the guy still even bothers to take care of his cow? Well, definitely not that one. Moo. Yeah. Anyways, we're just gonna rush to get to the action. It's a pretty slow burn initially, to the point where you're just kind of like, oh, what's going on here? And the game doesn't really, like, have a map or anything, but that's mostly because it's sort of so linear. Yeah. And it's one of those games that's taking advantage of our favorite temporally scaling engine. I know we all love this one so much. Like, obviously on the Pro here, it does look quite a bit better, you know, just in terms of actually keeping up the fidelity and stuff like that. We're currently playing on the quality mode, if you couldn't tell, which in itself kind of offers a bit of a better visual fidelity, but at the cost of frame rate. And also, it seems like the quality mode in this one has some, I guess you would say, performant type, like it even seems to drop. Alright, let's go grab this med pack thing from this guy to open this door, and then move on from there. So yeah, with this being... Oh, there's a compass. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I didn't even know that. I just did a video of this on Xbox, and it's like... I didn't even realize that it was a compass. That's hilarious. I mean, I found it because it's incredibly linear, but, you know, it still would have been kind of helpful to have that. But yeah, so it's all temporally scaled. It's trying to output a 4K resolution internally. It's a higher bounds. Like, usually for this stuff on the base consoles, it's always like a 1080 kind of thing, but this is, you know, hitting a higher internal bounds resolution-wise and outputting 4K. And it's just at 30 FPS. Like, it does look a lot cleaner and stuff. But I would personally recommend playing on the performance mode, honestly. And then if you don't like the temporal scaling solution, you also have Pisser as well. So we're going to show off quality, and we're just going to turn on Pisser. So the thing is it's like... The resolution scaling technology that they use with Unreal Engine is good enough that you don't really need to use Pisser. It really depends more personal preference on what you want to use. Like, it's sort of how they handle the sharpness and sort of the blurriness of the environment, if that makes sense. So it's really more of a personal preference. Like, sometimes you get, like, maybe a little bit of performance difference, but in this situation it does seem like the performance is kind of the same between them, and the way everything looks, the environment, the water, everything like that really is quite similar between them. But yeah, like I was saying, you should play with the performance mode on. We're going to play with Pisser off for a sec, so you just see the temporal scaling, and then there's HDR support, sound settings, and you know, their general things like difficulty and that before you get in, and accessibility stuff. But you can immediately notice the frame rate increase here, and you know, it is a little bit of a lower thing. So that's, like, again, with all this stuff, it's all temporally scaled, so it's all like faked kind of resolution numbers, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, sure, it's like 4K again, but you know, the upper bound, or well, I guess the internal bounds is lower just because it's more demanding running it at this level and stuff. And yeah, that's where I was kind of mentioning though, like really when you get an option, like, was it Hellblade? The hell in the title of it, of both of these. It actually did a similar thing, and it's neat to see some companies are embracing that for these UE titles, as you kind of get a choice. But like if you go onto Pisser here, I really don't think you're going to notice a massive amount of difference between the two. As I said, it mostly comes down to how they sharpen and or handle the blurring of things like flora and stuff like that in the environment. So like you'll notice maybe a difference, but your average person when they're looking at this really isn't going to notice much of a difference. So I'd say it's pretty easy to choose performance mode, and then from there on, it's really whichever one you prefer, honestly. I'm not going to come here and be like, oh, you know, like Pisser's the way to go, or, you know, oh, it's just the basic temporal scaling is fine. If it's whatever you want. The performance mode does seem to be very good, though. Like I said, it seemed like I guess you would say resolution mode was dropping a little bit. But yeah, it's so much personal preference on this. At the same time, I love that they give us choices. I think that's really, really nice that, you know, you kind of get the options in order to do what you want. Yep, good old rumble going on down there. Really slow burn. The puzzles aren't anything too challenging. This might take you a second. I'll go get the key thing, buddy. Don't worry, I got this. But yeah, definitely a cleaner image on the Pro, which is nice. Like, that's really been the biggest benefit, I think, for me at least, when it comes to this generation and stuff. Like with the mid-gen refresh, is actually getting these games that usually look super, super fuzzy, actually getting them running at something that is like more like a higher level of clarity and visual fidelity. I got a bad feeling about this one.
Hey, are you okay? Hey!
It's so weird and grotesque.
Fuck. What the fuck?
I feel like even if it was a creature like this, your bullet should still do some level of damage, right?
Shit!
At least the cutscenes look relatively good. My hero. This is a pretty cool moment. A gorgeous woman. What are the odds? Come to save me. Sure it would suck if anything bad happened to this lovely lady. Oh, I see what happened. The drone basically stopped pursuing the creature thing. That just kills me every time, this bit. She's like, she does all this cool stuff, and then she's just like dead, and it's just like, ooh. And then look at the nerve on this guy right here. He's like, oh wow, I love her outfit. Fabulous. He's like, that is some chic threads you got there. You know why? Because he totally just robbed this woman. Took her sword, took her poncho, took her drone. That kind of actually got her killed, the drone, if you think about it. Good thing these ponchos are unisex. Well, then again, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, sure, the poncho's a little, like, you know, shapely and stuff like that, but it's just a poncho, right? You can have a majestic poncho. I think it would have actually been more fun if it was just, like, you know, very stylistically, like, feminine type poncho, and he's just like, yeah, I'm just rocking this. But, like, look at it. Like, she wasn't even wearing anything under the poncho. That's why he had to, like... Is there, like, a photo... Actually, no, I never thought. Is there, like, a photo mode in this? Oh, there is! Okay. I am so genuinely curious here. It looks like she's in excruciating pain. But yeah, she wasn't wearing anything under the poncho. You should have had like a chest protector on or something. Unless he stole her clothes too. Did you steal her shirt? But then it would have a big hole in it. Actually, does the creature phase through material? Because shouldn't the poncho have a hole in it? Or, I don't know. I'm looking around. Where did he put his clothes? Oh, he put his jacket over it. It looks like he just put his jacket over her. So, like, so she just, you know, she was just letting her chest just, like, flop around under this poncho. But she was wearing these heavy pants. I really don't understand it. Because it's like, you know what I mean? She was just, like, straight up. She's just like, you know what? I'm gonna just let these flop around. Like, wouldn't that be uncomfortable? I mean, I don't know that perspective, but, like, I'm very curious now. She's just like, maybe that's how she just fought. You died valiantly, my dear. Anyways, so yeah, this guy just totally robbed this woman of her poncho. And, kind of funny, right? Like, a little bit funny. Just totally just stole that. That's a nice looking poncho she's got there. Just takes it. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I can't remember. What is the button for... Oh, like light. Yeah, there we go. What I'm saying is, like, it kind of seems like a hack and slash, but it's got those Souls-like things that kind of scare me. I think we're supposed to have a light, right? There we go. There we go, that illuminates the path a little bit better. Anyways, it's pretty, like, decently nice looking game. Most of the stuff in this engine is when you get, like, something that can actually run the software correctly. But yeah, it's also hilarious. I can't get the idea of it where it's just like, she just wasn't wearing anything. Just give her, like, a shirt or something so it makes, like, a little bit of sense. Like, she was just running, and she was just having everything flop around underneath this majestic poncho. That's why she was really sad to die. She was just embarrassed. She's like, oh no, this guy's gonna, like, get up in there and take my poncho. I have the most fabulous poncho ever. It's like, these guys, they're always trying to take it. I mean, can you blame them? It's just pure style is what it is. I will say these creatures are really unsettling looking. What are we even doing in here? Oh, yeah, we're looking for a, these soldiers. How do these soldiers even get past all these things, or did these things start appearing afterwards? I have so many questions. Does anyone else just, like, you know, maybe it's an overly inquisitive mind or something, a distractibility? I don't know if I need any distractions, I'll just kill these guys with my sword. I feel like that's what she didn't do properly when she was dying, was like that. I think it would have been more helpful though, or better, and I don't know if it's just like a limitation of, you know, maybe they're like animation work or modeling or whatever, but I think it would have been a lot better had the lady like died and like fallen either in your arms or near you and imparted like some last minute like emotional, you know, like story context, and just been like, here, take my sword, it's the only way that beats them. You must save the... What region are we in? Actually, I'm not sure where we are. You must save the blah blah blah, and it would have been... I don't know, just a little bit more, because it's just like this random woman came in, did all this cool stuff, and then just like died, and it's just like, okay. Cool random person that has, you know, no bearing on anything at all. Distract my drone. That's that stamina coming up for you. I thought, don't I have like a health potion or something? What in the Nintendo Switch is this? I thought I had like a med kit. Can I like unequip the poncho? How do I use this? Uh-huh. I'm already full. I thought I had like a health pack. No? You know what the issue is? I didn't pick up the health pack this time around. Yeah. Oh, I already killed all these guys. Or were these guys dead before I got in here? Feels very Souls-like. A lot more linear than I expected, especially with them saying it's a semi-open. Oh, and interesting, you only have as much stamina as you have, like, health. That would be super annoying. No wonder I can't do much damage. Feels very Souls-like. That's so great. I'm glad I got the APC and everything, but, like, I really need, like, a health pack. You know what I'm saying? A gold watch. Wow, just what I've always wanted. What about a medic pack? You know what I mean? A med kit? That'd be super cool. Anyways, neat vibes on this one, I'll tell you that much. Neat vibes. A save point. A basic medkit. That's what I'm craving. There's like raindrops on your screen too. That's kind of cool. I feel bad for the lady that died fighting this thing. I didn't even get her name and I just stole her poncho. Well, at least we can get out of here now, I guess. I feel like we learned a lot about life and love and all that.